So hello, everyone. I am introducing our next segment of Throwback Thursday, and we go back to one of our alums who's with us for several years. And this is the amazing Nate Scheuers. Hi, Nate.
Hi, everybody.
We're so glad to have you with us here. Carter is our reporter here for today. So between the two of us, we're going to be asking you a few questions about your time at the Village and life now. And there will be an ultimate trivia question in terms of brownies or popcorn. We're just going to make you aware right now, okay?
I appreciate the heads up.
Okay, take it away, Carter.
So our first question is, what years and what shows were you in at the Village?
Do you know?
I was there for the years of 2012, 2013, and 2016.
Yes. And then Carter, why don't you go ahead and identify the shows that he was in?
So in 2012, you were in Snow White as the character Motley. You were also in Jungle Book as Baloo. The Little Mermaid, and you debuted that show as Prince Edmund. In 2013, you were Pinocchio, Fabio. And then in Peter Pan, you were John. And then in Sleeping Beauty, you were King Hambly. And then in 2016, you were in Little Red Riding Hood, you were Zared Wolf. In Robin Hood, you were the sheriff. And in Alice of Wonderland, you were the caterpillar.
Ooh.
You also did the tech director and production staff.
Yes, you worked under my guidance and tutelage in 12 and 13. And then you went away, and I was sad because you could always reach things that I couldn't. And then you came back.
It was useful.
You were so useful in so many ways. And then you came back, and you took over tech director. So I was able to step back for a summer, which has been a few summers I've gotten to do that. And you did a marvelous job.
Oh, thank you.
So, next question.
So, out of all the shows we just listed, do you have a favorite show out of one of those?
Or role.
You can pick both. They don't have to be from the same show, though.
Okay, that's tough. I was trying to rank them in my head, but they just started a little bit blending together, and a lot of it that I had so much fun in different parts that it's hard to just say, oh, I didn't like that one. I liked being the tallest child you've ever seen in Peter Pan. That was cool. Probably my favorite role was King Hambly in Sleeping Beauty, because I remember being given the script and 2 or 3 pages that were just me, had almost no dialogue, and it just said, he improvises some things. Could be this, could be that. And I got some just one-on-one time with Linnea, like, okay, this is what I kind of want you to do. I know you're going to do a whole bunch of different things, but this is where I want you to start. And so that was a lot of fun for me to really use my improv and acting chops, doing improv for a long time. So that was a really robust role for me. I also really enjoyed Robin Hood. I got those like the biggest villain role I've had up to that point and had since. And I also got to do accent coaching and stage combat for that show. So I was really involved on many, many levels. And that cast was just, all the casts were amazing, but that one was a lot of fun.
No, and they loved doing all the sword fighting with you.
Good, I loved it too.
Yeah.
And it was really great to originate the role in The Little Mermaid. That was a really special role for me. It was really big confidence booster for little Nate, who was 20 something, so not really that little.
Oh, goodness. Outside of the theater context, were there other fun memories that you had of your time here?
So off the stage, one of my favorite memories actually was painting the Little Mermaid backdrop and getting to bond with Linnea over not only the Secret Garden cast album, but also just the love of Mandy Patinkin in general. It was just great. But I mean, living near a theme park kind of has its perks too. That was always fun, just going over to Arnold's Park.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's where I got this.
Is it really?
Yeah.
And you still have it.
I said, why would I ever get rid of that?
Oh, we did a lot of crazy things with like movie nights and dress up events and stuff like that. You were always the tallest Catwoman I will ever be with.
Good.
Thanks.
A record that will never be broken.
So after your many years at the Village, what are you doing now? Do you have any family?
Yeah. So I live up in Appleton, Wisconsin. I'm working at Community First Credit Union as a consumer loan processor. So I'm just kind of tucked in the back, typing and moving papers around, which is a big difference for me. I live here with my wife, Laura, and our 4-year-old son, Jackson. And we're actually expecting another one in September, another son.
Yay!
Yeah. Slowly building our own cast.
Hey, that's what you got to do. You got to start somewhere. That's why I have kids.
Right?
Oh, goodness. Now, what about outside of that job? Are you involved in theater in your area?
Yes. So I was very fortunate to move to an area where there's quite a bit of community theater going on. I'm a board member on 2 different community theater creative boards in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Okay. So I'm part of the Oshkosh Community Players and Acts of Peace Players. Probably done half a dozen or almost 8 or 10 shows with them since 2017. Okay. I'm actually directing a show coming up this October of War of the Worlds, which was the first show I did when I moved up here. And I'm also I'm like a resident actor with Laughable Productions. They do murder mystery parties, and they have a 3-man improv group called the Joe Schmoes, and they're based out of Fond du Lac, and we go all over.
So you've kept busy in theater.
I try to, yeah.
Yes, loan processor by day, actor at night.
Yeah, they get real sick of the singing processor in the back.
So what is one thing or more things that you have learned while working at the Village or from working at the Village?
Sure. The first thing I thought of, thinking back, in retrospect of my time, take every opportunity that comes your way. The only reason I heard about Treasure Village was because 2 of my classmates happened to be in it a year before I was, and they randomly put up a poster and they said, well, this is a cool opportunity, you should try it. And I talked to other people that were involved in the theater department, but nobody came with me. I went all by myself, drove like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and I was there a half hour early for my audition. So I was the only one there for a solid 30 minutes. I'm sitting there all nervous, like, I hope I prepared the right things. I hope I remember everything, but you first, like, take every opportunity and then take every inch of every opportunity. I left everything out on that stage when I auditioned, and here we are 3 summers later, still doing shows.
That's awesome. Oh, goodness. I remember you calling me around 2016 because you had graduated college at that point, and you were like, am I too old to come back? And I said, oh, Nate, no, you're never too old. You're always too old. We're very glad to have you. And you're leaving.
So, of course, there are many wonderful foods we have here, but what is your favorite ice cream at our mini-go?
Oh, I think my favorite, I don't know if you have it anymore, but it was the white chocolate raspberry truffle.
Yes, we do.
Oh, good. It was the little pops, truffle of chocolate. Oh, this you can't beat that. At first I was like, oh, this is too complicated to be an ice cream flavor, but then no, it was wonderful. It was delicious.
No, it's a very popular one. It's come up right behind French silk pie.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. So it's moved its way up in the list.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I know, hardcore. I know I've seen a little bit on social media. It looks like you were trying to practice with your son on how to properly scoop ice cream cones. I saw like a little ice cream cone set.
He's had that for a little while, and it's got its own little scoop. I'm like, okay, 1 scoop, 2 scoop, good. So I had to teach him how much a scoop was.
Yes, yeah. Golf ball size.
Golf ball size scoop.
All right, and then our last question is the most important and most difficult question of them all, Nate. Are you ready?
You only
I think so.
One. Bonnie's popcorn or Diet Coke brownies?
Well, the Diet Coke brownies are some of the most moist and delicious brownies you'll ever have.
True that.
However, and it's a big however, you will not find another popcorn like Bonnie's popcorn. So my answer is Bonnie's popcorn. Final answer, Regis.
Final answer. Okay, he's locked in. So far that is winning in the vote contest. So good job.
Awesome.
Thank you everyone for tuning in to Throwback Thursday with Nate Scheuers, and look for more episodes coming out every Thursday. Here.
Okay. Look, number 1.
Oh! It's a good Mother Goose. I love it.
Yes.
And the Zared. And the Sheriff.
Yes.
I'm surprised all of those are still there. Great.
They don't go away.
No, yeah. Reuse. We don't recycle.
We're fine. Well,
They're also memorable.
Check out our social media pages. Come back every Thursday, you guessed it, for a Throwback Thursday. Goodbye.